Hey there my friends, Andy Black here, and today I'm going to teach you a form of marketing called pay-per-click. Now, pay-per-click marketing is perhaps my favorite form of marketing. There's many different types up there, but with pay-per-click, in my opinion, it's very highly targeted. You can get it for a low cost per lead, which is the name of the game. So, today I'm going to take you through setting up a campaign with Bing and Yahoo PPC. There's many different other ones out there, but this one's my favorite. So I'm going to take you through actually setting up a campaign so you won't make the same mistakes that I did when I first got started. And I know a lot of people when they first get started are a little bit scared of PPC because you can actually waste a lot of money, and while that's true, if you follow what I'm going to show you, which I'm going to hopefully keep it very basic for you, you can be up and running, getting leads in about 15 minutes. It's really very easy. Okay, let's begin. First thing you want to do is go to bingads.com and you'll come up with the screen that you're seeing now. Then what you want to do is go down here and go to sign up now. The sign up process is really very easy. It doesn't take very long. If you don't have a Microsoft account, you can actually use, if you have like a Gmail for your username, you can actually use that as well. So what I did is I set up a dummy account for this to make this video. So let's go ahead and log in. Now the first thing you'll notice when you log in is you want to set up your first campaign. Now for me, and this works for any type of business, the type of business I'm in, it's the home business. So I'm going to show you what's working for me currently, and if you're in a different type of business, go ahead and follow the same thing I'm showing you. But chances are if you're watching this, you're in the home business field as well. So let's go ahead and create your first campaign. Like I said, I'm going to keep this very basic for you, and just to make it as easy as possible. So first thing you want to do is give it a name, a title. And what this is, since I'm going to be looking at setting up a home business campaign, okay, I'm going to be looking for home business keywords. So I'm just going to call my campaign name Home Business. You can set your time zone here. Campaign budget, I'm going to set mine for 25. I recommend starting out between 10 and 25. And I like 25 because I like to show Google or Bing that I'm serious about advertising with them. Okay, what language do your customers speak? English. What locations do you want? This is real key. When I first got started in PPC, this is where I screwed up. I didn't geo-target. And one of the things I love about pay-per-click is that you can geo-target. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to go to selected cities. Then I'm going to go to browse. Now for me, I'm going to do the top 5 countries in the world for traffic, and if you don't know what those are, you can write them down after watching this. First one is Australia, then Canada, then New Zealand, and this is just a guideline. You can pick whichever countries you want to go with, wherever you're targeting. United States. Okay, now here's another thing you want to do, advanced location options. You want to go to right here, show ads to people in your targeted location. Otherwise, if you do the top one where it's the default, you'll get people from outside of these countries that actually click on your ads, and we don't want that. So let's go here. We want to try to be as targeted as possible for our target market to get the best results. So now, for our ad title, what we want to do is come up with something catchy, and if you'll notice, you only have 25 characters to use. So for me, for home business, here's what I'm going to do. Obviously, the first keyword I really want to target is home business, so I'm going to have that right in the title. So here's, I'm going to put home business just with a question mark. You know, if somebody sees your ad and they look at home business with a question mark, that's what they're looking for, so they might click on it. Add text. Now here's what we also want to have our keyword in our ad text, and I'll show you where to find keywords in a minute. And one thing with Bing and Yahoo is they have a built-in tool which makes it so much easier to find targeted keywords that people are looking for. So our ad text now, and one thing with ad text is I send my traffic when they click on an ad to a capture page or a landing page, okay, and I recommend you either send them to the same thing or maybe a blog post somewhere where you will have an opt-in button to try to catch their email. That's what this business is all about, especially the home business, is capturing people's emails. That's why we're setting up ads. So make sure you're capturing their email. Now when I do my ad text, what I do, I like to keep things congruent. So whatever my ad text says here, the page that they're going to go to, it should be something similar. Now, because you only have 71 characters to use for ad text, it's not going to be perfect, but it should be similar. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go up and use one of my landing pages, okay? And I'm going to take the text from this landing page and try to fit it in the text from my ad, okay? So let's go here, and I'm going to go, I'm going to skip this free video reveals part. I'm just going to go make, okay, I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to hit Control C, or you can right click and copy it. I'm going to come back here to the text, and I'm going to paste it in there. Okay, now if you'll notice, it doesn't fit all the way. So now I gotta try to condense it down and still get my keyword in here, okay, and still have it make sense. So what I want to do is I'm going to take out complete. I like putting exact dollar amounts in here. The more specific you can be, the better, and people really like seeing numbers. And like I said, the whole point of doing this ad text is to capture somebody's attention so they want to click on your ad. So what I'm going to do is per day on autopilot with see, I want to get the word home business in there because that's going to be my keyword for this ad, my main keyword. So how about home business system? And if you'll see, I got to take some more words out, so I'm actually going to take out autopilot. Okay, so make over 1267 per day. Take it on with a home business system that is 100% free, and I'm gonna there, and it's perfect. And there's no exact science to your ad text, and I'll show you in a little bit how you're going to create actually multiple different ad texts, and you can actually have them rotate where you can see which one's going to do better. It's always about optimizing, and you'd be surprised, just one word in there can really make a huge difference. So you definitely want to have something to compare it to, so you're always optimizing. Okay, so now that we have our ad text, let's go to display URL. Now this is what's going to show on your ad right here, okay? So for me, I'm going to actually put where I'm going to take them. YourEasyPay.com. That was the capture page that we just saw. But I also want to have the keyword in here as well. Okay, so you notice I have my keyword in my title, I have my keyword in my text, and I also have my keyword in my display. Because when people go to Bing or Yahoo, your keywords will be highlighted on there, so it'll catch the person's attention a lot better. And also, Bing and Yahoo give you better search results because your ad's relevant to your keyword. Okay, so destination URL, that's where you want to take them. This is the one where you're going to take them to a capture page or landing page, same thing, or you want to take them to a blog post, wherever you want to take them, so you can try to capture their email. Let's go down here. Now this is where we're going to go, this is where we're going to put keywords in. So for this, I'm just going to put in home business, and I'm going to show you a place where you can find more keywords built right into this with Bing and Yahoo. It's really cool. So for right now, I'm just going to put home business, okay, because again, that's my main keyword. Let's go to add. Now over here, it's really important. The main thing about doing these ads is for me, I want to be on the first page. That's where you're going to get the most results. But what I don't want is broad search, because a broad search means that it can take any of these words in your keywords, whether it's home, whether it's business, and be displayed. And I want to be highly targeted. Now, you're going to give up something. If you take broad off, that's going to give you the most traffic, or phrase will give you medium traffic, and exact will give you lower traffic, but they'll be highly targeted, okay, because people are going to be searching for exactly that. So phrase means that they type in like home business will be there, but then they'll have maybe words on the end or words in the beginning. So it might be like best home business, but it will still show up. Now if you just have exact, it's going to be just home business is what people type in, and therefore that's going to be the most targeted. Okay, so if you'll notice over here, this is the price for the first page bid. So if I click down here, I can do a mainline bid, I can do a best position bid, you can do an ad group bid, which is default at 30 cents. For me, I like to do a first page bid because I just want to be somewhere on the first page. I don't necessarily need to be number one just to keep my cost down, but I want to be somewhere on that first page bid. Let's go down here and go to save. Now, let's see, here's your network bid, 0.3, which is 30 cents. So what that means is if you didn't specify first page bid and you just went to ad group bid, it would be 30 cents. Personally, I like to try to get on the first page. Now down here, add distribution. I like to take off the content network and just go to the search network. These ones pricing model leave the same, schedule will leave the same, exclusions leave the same, but add rotation. What I like to do is rotate my ads more evenly because I said earlier we want to make multiple ads so we can test them. Now what we want to do is go save and add payment. And I'm not going to add payment because this is a dummy account, but this is where you're going to want to fund your account. I recommend starting out with $100 to try it out. That'll give you, I'm sure you'll get some leads, but that'll give you a good test, and it'll let you kind of play around with it and find out just how great Bang Yahoo really is. So here's what I'm going to do. So remember I told you we just added home business to that one. Now we want to go find more keywords. So I'm going to go up here and go to Tools and go here, Research Keywords. So right here, it says find keywords related to a word or phrase. I'm going to type in that same keyword, home business. Then go down here, and you can do some advanced options, but for right now I'm just going to go to search. Now there's so many different prices. You can look at the last month's searches, impressions, clicks, click-through rate. That's how many people click the ad per impressions. What I like to look for is the searches and the average CPC, which is cost per click. So I like to click on that, and I'll actually start from the lowest to the highest, and you can go through and find, really it comes down to how much you want to spend. Personally, I like to spend under 50 cents per keyword, but just because it says average CPC doesn't mean that's what you're going to spend, okay? That's just what you're going to bid on. So let's just do, you can pick as many as you want in here. So you see there's our home business one, we already have that one. So rather than adding a whole bunch, I'm just going to add home-based business now. Okay, let's even add work from home business, and go up here to add keywords. You'll see your campaign is home business. Now again, I'll go over here, and again, I don't want broad, so I'm going to click on phrase and exact. And you can just do just phrase or just exact, whichever you want. But for me, I like to do them both. And now once I go to ad group, they're going to be on there. Okay, now I can go back here to my campaigns. And there we go. We have our first campaign up and running. Now I know this was a very basic strategy, but literally you can be up and running in 15 minutes. And I recommend you always constantly watch your campaigns and your keywords so you can always be optimizing. Okay. You can actually come back in here and click on home business on your campaigns. You can go here and click on keywords. And I recommend checking in 1 to 3 days, and you can find out where you're at. So if you look at all your different keywords, it'll show you your average cost per click, your average position. If you're too low and you're not on the first page, then you want to increase your bid a little bit and move up the ranks. And while you're learning this, play around with it. I just showed you the basic setup to get you up and running. And the more you play around with it, the more you'll find your style. You'll find little shortcuts you can take. You'll find it's all about optimizing your ads and getting the most, the lowest cost per click and the best position. And then at the end of the day, it comes down to cost per lead. Personally, I try to get my lead cost between $1 and $2. If I can get it lower than $1, great. But between $1 and $2, I'm very happy because, again, by doing exact and phrase, I'm going for highly targeted keywords. So hopefully this video really helped you. Now, go out, set up your ads, and let the leads come rolling in. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.